So today we're doing a deep dive into basically the heart of how companies work or don't work. We're looking at two really clashing ideas.
That's right. Think of it as the Brittle Tower versus the living garden. One's all about control, the other, well, it's built on trust.
And we're going to trace this through one company, Acutex,
Yeah.
right as they sort of hit the wall.
Exactly. And what's really key here is how leadership reacted under pressure. That gut reaction, it turns out, decided everything.
Okay, let's start with the tower phase. Maria, logistics manager, she's facing this downturn, immense pressure, her instinct.
Totally understandable, really. Clamp down, control.
So she brought in, what, new rules?
New approval layers, anything over just $100 needed sign-off. And daily status reports for everyone. Mandatory.
Oof. Daily reports.
Yeah, and that's where the trouble starts. It feels like action, but it's really just adding friction, bureaucracy.
Right, the symptomatic fix, as the model calls it.
Precisely, and it kicks off what we call the control erosion spiral. More control means more friction, slows things down.
Which probably made the performance numbers look even worse.
Got it. Which leads to panic, demanding even more control, and crucially, employee trust just craters.
And that friction, it's not just annoying, it has real costs. You mentioned Leo, the analyst.
Yeah, Leo. Smart guy. Had this brilliant routing algorithm idea, could have saved them millions.
What?
But he looked at the process, cross-department approvals, 4 signatures, endless meetings, forms.
Just thinking about it is exhausting.
Right, so he shelved it, deleted the file. That's millions in innovation just gone because of bureaucracy, and his employee engagement flatlined.
So the tower looks strong, all rules and process. But it's actually quite brittle. Hollowed out.
Totally. Which brings us to the turning point. The crisis deepens.
And Acutex brings in Sarah, new CEO. Different philosophy.
Radically different. She embodies this idea of empowerment, Semler's philosophy. Maria pushes her emergency control plan even tighter rules.
And Sarah says,
nope, rejects it outright. Chooses the opposite path, the fundamental solution. Trust your people.
That takes guts, especially when things look bad. So what was her first move?
Radical transparency. It was kind of a shock tactic, actually.
Oh.
All hands meeting. Puts the entire company P&L on the screen. Salary bands. Executive bonuses. Everything.
Wow. No holding back?
None. For employees like Leo, seeing those numbers, it wasn't like, oh, great, transparency. It was sobering. A cold dose of shared reality.
The electric shock of responsibility, as you put it.
Exactly. She basically said, look, things are tough. I don't have all the answers. Here's the data. I trust you to help find them. That shifts the whole dynamic.
But building trust, that's not flipping a switch, right? That fundamental solution loop, it has a serious delay.
Oh, absolutely. Agonizingly slow. The numbers didn't improve for 6 months. 6? You can imagine Maria was probably freaking out.
Begging Sarah to bring back the controls, I bet. How did Sarah resist that?
She understood symbols matter. Psychology matters. She held these bonfires.
Bonfires.
Literally burned the old policy manuals in the parking lot. These huge, thick binders.
Whoa. That sends a message.
A powerful one. It championed the R1 loop, rebuilding trust, giving teams real autonomy. Set your own hours. Figure out your own processes. We trust you.
Creating the space for the living garden to actually take root?
Precisely. And that's when things started to shift for people like Leo.
So seeing the bureaucracy literally go up in smoke.
Yeah, his trust started to grow. He sees the layers disappearing, so he just walks over to the other departments he needed for his algorithm. No forms, no approvals needed anymore.
Just collaboration.
Just collaboration. And his team got fired up, engaged. That feedback loop, engagement driving productivity, the R2 loop, it kicked in hard and fast.
Because the friction was gone.
The friction was gone.
Yeah.
Leo's algorithm. Implemented quickly. Huge impact on profitability and logistics. The garden was finally bearing fruit, fed by trust, not choked by rules.
Okay, so the real test, another crisis hits. Fast forward 2 years, a new competitor shakes up the market.
Right. A situation that would have absolutely shattered Maria's old Brittle Tower. Panic, controls, collapse.
But with the living garden structure.
Leadership's only action. Schedule an all-hands meeting. Get the data out fast.
Trusting the employees again.
Trusting the employees to adapt, to innovate, to find the solutions. The garden is resilient. It learns. It grows. The tower just shatters.
It really paints a picture. Organizational health, it seems, isn't about adding more layers of control.
Not at all. It's about nurturing this complex ecosystem. Trust, autonomy, a shared sense of purpose. The tower needs constant propping up. The garden sustains itself.
Which leads us to that final thought for you, the listener.
Yeah.
Take a look around at the systems you're part of, or maybe even building, at work, or just in life.
Yeah, ask yourself, are you building brittle towers? Things that need constant oversight, constant fixing? Or are you cultivating living gardens, systems that can adapt, grow, and thrive, kind of under their own power?
Something to think about. Until our next deep dive.